Hey everybody, I'm Rob.
And I'm Lori Marie Jenkins.
And we are artists living in Vallejo, California. And
we are moving to Costa Rica. Yay! So Rob informed me today that it's like 6 weeks until he goes to Costa Rica by himself to do some search.
Yeah.
So some research. Search and research.
Right. This is my first scouting expedition to look for locations where we're going to go rent. And so we have, as we've talked about in other videos, we have a couple of areas we're looking at, all in the southern zone. But 6 weeks sounds like a lot of time, but oh my gosh, it goes fast.
It goes so fast.
Especially with the holidays in there.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is tomorrow.
Well, by the time you see this, you will have had Turkey Day, Thanksgiving, so, but ours is tomorrow, so yeah, that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, all right, Rob has run some numbers.
Yeah.
All right, you want to tell him about that? And
Okay.
then I can chat.
So I was just thinking that it might be helpful for some of you to understand what we're paying for some of the things that we've talked about in our previous videos. Specifically the costs of getting residency in Costa Rica, the paperwork, we've talked a lot about that, but I just wanted to run down some costs here. Yours might be different. If you are going to be using a lawyer I highly recommend you use a lawyer if you want to get residency.
So might I just interject, if you think you are just going to pick up and go to Costa Rica for the residency anyway, there's a lot of paperwork to be done, and as Rob will tell you, it does add up. So it's not like we're 20 years old and we're hopping on a plane and we're going to relocate to Costa Rica for the rest of our lives. That's not happening.
Right. And
so yeah,
if you're not going the residency route, if you're going to leave the country every 90 days and just make a run up to Nicaragua or Panama or back to the States, that's different, but we want to do residency.
right. So we don't have to do the border runs.
Right.
Although you'll have to do the border runs.
Right. Yeah. One thing we found out, if I'm going to be driving, or both of us are going to be driving, until we have our residency accepted, I will need to take a border run just to have a legitimate Costa Rican driver's license.
Yep.
Every 90 days.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if your U.S. license is good for 10 years, it's what they've got down there.
Yep, and that is your U.S. driver's license, right? That's not a Costa Rican driver's license.
Good question.
I think it's the United States. Anyway, we'll have to find out for sure, but I think it's the United States one. And then when we receive residency, then we can get the Costa Rican.
Okay.
Ah.
Right. We'll see.
We'll see about that one.
We're not there yet.
But we can go to Panama, we can go to Nicaragua, we can get on a plane and go to Mexico, we can come home to the States, doesn't matter, as long as every 90 days we do a border run.
Yeah, and
leave the country, leave Costa Rica.
Yep. Yeah. And there are groups who do group runs, or there's people who do group runs, so they get a bunch of people in minivan, head up to Nicaragua, maybe cross the Panama border, make a little day trip of it, easy peasy, stamp your passport, boom, you're back in.
Yeah.
But
all right.
Back to the costs here. I'm just going to kind of do a general rundown. So we chose to have a relocation specialist, and that relocation specialist is Sarah Elena. She's been a huge help. Her classes are great. So we've got that. We have a lawyer, actually referred through Sarah Elena. Really like him. He's on top of everything. Might cost a little more or less than yours. So our lawyer is costing us $2,900 for the entire process. Wire transfers to pay him in Costa Rica, there's $100. Residence application in Costa Rica, everybody pays this, $510.
So if I can go back to Andres here, even for the Caja, for the insurance, he said that he'll have all the paperwork together in an envelope and he will go with us to get the insurance. I mean, he is really holding our hand through all of this.
Yeah.
So, money well spent in my world.
Exactly, exactly. When we show up in March, we're going to be doing our residency application in March, hopefully be all solid by June. When we land, he's meeting us at the federal police office to be fingerprinted, so we can get that done immediately. Hopefully, have all the paperwork done in 2 weeks.
Right.
But yeah, very professional, excellent English, lots of experience, and so yeah, we're happy.
Yep.
Very happy. So continuing on here, residence application. Everybody has to pay this $510. Guaranteed deposit upon arrival. That is $700 roughly, and basically that's a deposit saying that if something comes up and it's a little bit sketchy, this is your flight home.
Oh.
Okay, so it's like $350, and basically that means if you're a bad citizen, they can ship you out. Okay, because
Oh, got
and
it.
this is paying for it. This is paying for
So it's
Yeah.
naughty on our side.
right until
Okay,
and
okay,
this is
got
the
it.
guaranteed deposit. You will get this back, assuming everything goes good and you don't be an idiot. So my birth certificate from Florida, roughly $22. Apostille for that birth certificate, $20. Lori Marie's birth certificates from Oklahoma, grand total of about $92.
My first one, is that because my first ones got lost?
Right.
Yeah.
And my first ones were too early, so I had to do it twice.
Yeah, but yours were cheap.
Right. And then apostille for Lori Marie's birth certificate, $25.
Marriage certificate, $35, and that, if you recall, we went up to Fairfield and we were able to pay the man and get it right then.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That was last Friday.
Yeah, yeah. Notary for that, which you did,
I did.
for $15. I didn't have to be there for that. And then the apostille,
Yep.
$20. Now, has that happened?
Yeah, it's sent off.
Okay, so
That's
that
sent
has
off.
been sent off.
Right.
And
And
then, go ahead.
FBI background check, $18 a piece. Online, $36 total.
All right, and that's been sent in too online?
No.
Okay. Fingerprints, we did that last Friday. We did check in about that. There's a mosquito in here.
Yeah.
And that's $50.
Get used to it.
That's $50. That was $50 each, so it was $100 in total. And the apostille for that was $40. $20 each. Okay,
Yep.
itemized out.
Shipping for all of these things, a lot of them are going out in manila envelopes. We haven't really insured things, roughly $10. So just the paperwork.
So this, you didn't say how much?
Didn't know if I should
Oh.
specify.
Okay, all right.
Right, that's right. So grand total so far, we're looking at about $6,125. And this is mainly for relocation and residency. We haven't even gotten to Costa Rica yet.
That's right.
Right? This doesn't include 2 further trips, planes, rental cars, Airbnbs. That's in March and January. And this doesn't count any expenses once we're in Costa Rica.
Or shipping of our stuff or things like
Right.
that, which we will be shipping minimal
We'll be
amounts.
shipping.
We will be. We'll be shipping back. Ay, ay, ay. So, yeah, I mean, it's good to know that there are these expenses.
And if you're early, like we are, it seems to, chip away at it. Don't let it be last minute. That could be very hectic.
Yeah. All right. I just want to chime in about the vet real quick. I'm not sure
Yeah.
that I checked in about that, and we haven't even covered that as far as a cost. We did locate, and I'm not sure if I've talked about this or not, but anyway, we have located a USDA vet who is familiar with the USDA form that has to be filled out for Hudson. It seems like all vets, or mostly all vets are USDA, but they're not all familiar with the form. And we are going to go up to Dixon, where there's one veterinary that has like 6 vets there, and they're all the USDA and familiar with the form. So I'm going to be taking Hudson up in December to meet and greet the vet. And then a couple of weeks before we leave, then that form needs to be filled out. I think it's 2 weeks before. So there you have it. We did find somebody that would help us with that.
Yep.
That's all I got.
And we had originally thought that our vet here in Vallejo was USDA approved or whatever, and they might be, but they don't know what we have to do for Costa Rica. And
They're
so,
not familiar with the form.
right.
It's an international form.
You don't want somebody just figuring it out on the fly. You really want somebody with experience because apparently it's very specific.
As is all of this.
I know, yeah. And I mean, there's been times in this process where we're stressed out. I've got too much on my plate. Lori Marie has too much on her plate. But we're doing a good job of making lists, checking through everything, helping each other out. And it's not so much a money issue as it's just time, you know, and the impending feeling of, wow, this is happening.
Yeah, and it makes, because people are like, why are you going to Costa Rica? Well, it's not because we're saving money.
Not yet.
Not yet, we're going to Costa Rica for the lifestyle change and the adventure and...
Just read the news. That's why we're going to Costa Rica.
Don't get political
No,
here.
not. I didn't. I just said news.
All right, I think we'll wrap it up.
Right.
Okay, so adios.
Ciao.
Borderline.